As a corporate consultant and professional speaker with more than 19 years' experience, Sharon Spano has inspired audiences throughout North America to achieve higher levels of performance in their personal and professional lives. With a diverse client base that includes leading corporations, healthcare providers, and the corporate workforce, Sharon has developed and implemented a formula for whole life success designed to maximize employee efficiency while improving the bottom line. Join her as she takes you on an electrifying journey, one that promises results.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here, and this morning, in the few moments that I have with you, we're going to talk about stepping into the dance. And so I will tell you about a moment in time where my clarity of purpose was defined. And it was on April 3rd, 1981, with the words, "Something is wrong with the baby." You see, when Richard came to me and asked me to speak to you today, I felt honored and privileged because I know the work that you do because I've been on the other end of it. And so April 3rd, something is wrong with the baby. And in those first few moments, my world is turned upside down and inside out. I was 29 years old. I'd been married 7 years. We had waited for the house, the car, the career, everything to be in place so that we could offer our child something beyond what we were given as children. And then in those first few moments, it was shattered. I won't bore you with the gory details except to tell you that 10 months later, as my husband and I were preparing to move from Los Angeles to Orlando, the moving van literally in my driveway, the phone rang. And it was Dr. Gordon, my son Michael's cardiologist. "Yes, Dr. Gordon, yes, we're all packed, we're ready to go." "No, not those boxes, those over there." "Yeah, we're all excited, we can't wait to get to Florida." "What do you mean more tests?" "But we've already done so." "I see. Not a heart condition, but a neurologist. But doesn't that have something to do with the brain?" "Yes, of course. No, of course. We'll be there Tuesday morning. Absolutely. Thank you for calling." Two days later, my husband and I sat in a nearby waiting room. And what I remember about that waiting room was how stark it was and how tight the air felt. There was nothing in the room to ease our pain, our fear, our discomfort, all but 2 chairs facing a third and a small box of Kleenex on a nearby table. And what I remember thinking in that moment is, this is a room where tears flow. This is not good. Moments later, I heard footsteps outside that doorway, and the young and handsome Dr. Gordon entered, and I remember his dark brown eyes and how beautiful they were, but also how cold and filled with pain. And I knew he was struggling to tell me something, and I saw his lips moving, and they were moving very fast, but it was sort of like that sense of watching a movie, but someone's turned the sound off. Because I didn't hear anything that he said except a final sentence, wherein he spoke directly at me and said, "If you are lucky, Michael will live until the age of 2. If you are lucky." It was in that moment that I made a very important decision. I got to step into the dance in a whole new way. So that discovery of purpose can take us beyond any and all obstacles. First then, awareness of thought, discovery of purpose. And you got to have that passion burning in you all the time, because if we love the work we do, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like joy. I get up every day and I can't wait to start my work because I know this is where God has called me to be. And so the dance is partly then about having that sense of purpose, and you meld it with the strengths that you're about. Then the third piece is responsibility. And this is the one that people miss the most. That responsibility that I must take on for any changes that need to be made in order to take me to another level of excellence and performance. And so we look within, and we're constantly evaluating, and we're assessing. And maybe it's that I need to be better organized, or maybe it's that I need to be better with staff, or a better communicator, assertive in terms of how I interact with the staff. Or maybe it's that I'm not quite the fundraiser that I need to be. Or maybe I become a little cynical in this business. And I need to reignite that passion because I'm not stepping up to the level that I need to step up to in terms of my opportunities to grace people when they're in the midst of bereavement. You see, you don't get to have a bad day out there. You don't get to be cranky. I don't either. I have you for one moment, and I have to impact you to the best of my ability because you're moving on. And it's the same for you when these families are coming through your doors. They don't deserve for you to be cynical or burned out or having a bad day. That's not what you're there for. You're there to demonstrate unconditional love and regard. But I will tell you that if you're not filling up inside here, you can't give it away out there. Your ability to demonstrate unconditional love and regard for them out there is in direct correlation with your ability to demonstrate self-love and regard in here. So again, if you want to step into the dance, you've got to do the work. And the work is not on them out there, as in your staff, as in how do I fix them. You don't have that power. The work is on what do I do to change my own behaviors. And when I get busy doing that, guess what happens? My staffing problems go away because I now produce a loyal workforce. I now empower people to embrace their purpose and their glory.